Okay, we're going to do some revision of the three parallel line reasons, and let's just get started. Here we go. These are two parallel lines because they point in the same direction, and this line that cuts across them is called a transversal. When you have a transversal, a line that cuts across parallel lines, it creates four pairs of angles. Those blues, where the blue stars are, and the brown there, and the red and the black, they're called corresponding because they're in the same place, and they'd be equal. If that was 70 degrees, this angle down here would be 70 degrees. So corresponding angles are equal. Well, when you have two parallel lines and a transversal, the angles on alternate sides, on either side of the transversal, are equal. If that's 46 degrees, this one over here would be 46. If that's 134, this angle would be 134. Those are all called alternate angles. They're on opposite sides of the transversal, and they're equal. So each pair of these colored dots are equal alternate angles. And the last one's called co-interior angles. When you have parallel lines in a transversal, the two angles on the inside, on the same side of the transversal, they add up to 180 degrees, just like the angles in a line and the angles in a triangle. Those are the three parallel reasons we learned last year. And there's a way of remembering these things. If you can remember that geometry is fun, that might be hard for some people to remember, but I think it is fun. You see where these two x's are? They're in the same position. They're corresponding. If you make a U, see, look at these parallel lines. Those angles on the inside add up to 180. They're co-interior. And if you can make an N like this, two parallel lines, and then you cut across on either side there, that's alternate angles. Maybe that trick will help you remember corresponding co-interior and alternate. Let's look at one other thing. I'd like you to do this exercise. If somebody said, what are the corresponding angles in here? You'd go, oh, A is in the same place as C, so A and C. B is in the same place as D, so B and D, and so on. You should be able to find the corresponding angles, the alternate angles, and the co-interior angles. You should practice that a bit because it'll help you to solve problems in geometry later on. Okay, let's look at an example of some questions here. We've got that this angle here is 77 degrees. Well, this forms a straight line with x. This AB, there is 180 degrees. You go 180 minus 77, you get what x is, 103. Now, x and y are in the same place. They're corresponding angles. And I should have said AB is parallel to CD. Parallel lines make this thing corresponding. I actually should have said AB is parallel to CD. If you can, you should name the parallel lines. Okay, let's look at this next question here. We're going to do it in alphabetical order. There's 127 degrees. W is in the same place. So we'd say W is 127 degrees because of corresponding angles. And we should name the parallel lines. AB is parallel to EF. That's what we should say. Not just that they're parallel lines here. Now, X is equal to 127 degrees. Well, if that's 127, this is on the other side of a transversal. These two parallel lines, because of these parallel lines, W equals X. So well, if W is 127, X is 127 because of alternate angles. This one here, Z is 127 because it's in the same place as this 127 up here, also because of parallel lines. Z is 127. And Y, well, you know, we could have said alternate angles because it's on either side of the transversal. Probably should have because we're doing parallel lines. But you can see it's vertically opposite as well, vertically opposite angles. But there you go. We've got a whole lot of questions to do. Check means they're a little bit easier, and the ones that have apply mean they're getting harder. And if it says take it further, then, well, you're doing algebra, you're doing other things, and it's more challenging. Okay, well, good luck with all that.